What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Lyf TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another edition of PNTV. That's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. We had our first game cancellation, y'all, due to the police protests. Call of Duty. They were about to release their Modern Warfare Season 4. It was going to go live on June 3rd. And their Call of Duty mobile version was supposed to go live on June 5th. On Monday, it was announced that they were going to delay the content of the games. The Warfare one is actually about the police killing of a black man. But the Call of Duty officials announced that even though they look forward to the Modern Warfare, the Warzone one, the mobile version being released, now is just not the time. It's not the time to do that. They said that right now is the time for the voices of those who are speaking up for equality and for justice for all. That's the voice that needs to be heard right now, not the release of some bullshit ass video game. PlayStation, they were supposed to reveal their PlayStation 5, and they decided to cancel that as well. They said that this is the time for more important voices to be heard. And likewise, EA Games, they delayed the release of Madden 21 in solidarity with the protests. They said that they wanted to do this in solidarity against systemic bias that is plaguing the nation and our world. And I found that interesting, being that Madden 21 is a football game, and Kaepernick, I digress. I stand with Cap. You know what? No, I'm not going to digress. The doggone commissioner of the NFL had the audacity to come out today and say, you know what? I was wrong about the protests. He said this today at 6:49 p.m. I remember the time. 6:49 p.m. He said he was wrong about the protests, and he should have listened more to the protesters, the football protesters, and he apologizes. Now, he didn't say he's going to give Colin Kaepernick his job back. He didn't say that there. But now he wants to apologize and say that he was wrong. After looking at the events of what's going on with George Floyd, them watching that murder on TV, the video, watching it playback, he now understands what Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for. I guess, you gotta wake up sometime. Okay, so let's see. I'm almost running out of time, but I still got a lot to talk about here. So, The Handmaid's Tale. Okay, so we all knew that there was rumors that The Handmaid's Tale was going to start in October, but people were spreading rumors that it was pushed back to October because of the C-19, which was not true. Earlier this year, I had announced that the season was being moved to the fall. The reason that it was being moved to the fall was because of the Emmy nom. That's what they was trying to get. This is way before C-19 even became a problem in America. Okay, so at the time of the production, they were shut down. They had only filmed 2 weeks worth of production. Basically, they still had the whole season to film. Elizabeth Moss, she's the actress that plays June on the show. She's also one of the executive producers of the show. And she said that no human life is worth this damn TV show. None. So in essence, it wasn't C-19 that pushed the show back to October. It was already going to happen in October, but C-19 has pushed it back to 2021. That's when we'll be getting Handmaid's Tale, y'all, 2021. They are still trying to figure out how to produce the show safely. And for those of you who have read the second book, Margaret Atwood's book, The Testament, be expecting a lot of that book to appear in season 4. That's the only tips I'm going to give y'all about what's going to go down in season 4. So if you read the New Testament, expect a lot of the stuff that happened in that book to happen in season 4. Okay, speaking of seasons and pushbacks, Real Housewives of Potomac. Candace Dillard, I know a lot of y'all don't like her. She went on an interview with the radio station 93.9 and spoke with Shay Parker. I'm not sure what city that's in, but she explained to them that the Real Housewives of Potomac was pushed back to preserve summer viewership. With the set of C-19, the networks were in a panic, y'all, and they didn't know what was going to happen next. So scheduling was messed up, programming was messed up, and I was correct. They had completed filming. They were done filming with this show. So the rumor was that the show was pushed back due to low ratings, but it was really the opposite of that. The show had very high ratings in the last season, and that is the reason that they were pushed back, because Bravo felt that the fans we're actually going to follow the show to whatever season that it came out in, because it was that well loved. Unlike Married to Medicine would have risked losing viewership if they had pushed that back to a later time. So therefore, from the words of Candace Dillard, and it was also confirmed by Andy Cohen, certain shows were shifted around just so they can have content for the summer and the fall season. All right, so for some other big changes on shows and networks, Amanda Seales leaves The Real. Now, I left The Real when Tamar Braxton left. Tamar Braxton was loud. She was a little bit ghetto, ratchet, confrontational, but she brought a certain energy to the show that I could fuck with, right? So once she left, I wasn't really vibing with the show as much. I would catch a few episodes here and there when Jocelyn Hernandez was on there. I think I watched that whole week. Jocelyn was funny as a motherfucker to me, and she brought the show some life to me, is what I thought. So when Amanda Seales joined the cast, I was very, very shocked. One of the viewers was talking about the fact that we knew Amanda Seales before. I knew Amanda Seales when she was Amanda Diva, when she was a poet. Way before she got on Def Poetry Jam, I knew her then. We used to do spoken word poetry. We end up in some of the same cities sometimes, same venues. So that's how I knew her. I knew her before MTV, before she started hosting on MTV. I knew her before she joined Floetry. I knew her before she started really acting on Insecure. Now, she had some acting roles way before she started doing poetry. Some younger years, she had some other acting roles. But that's where I knew her. And at this time of year, it was time for her to renew her contract. And Amanda decided not to renew. She posted on Instagram Live on Tuesday saying that she chose not to renew her contract, which is 6 months after joining, which I was surprised that they was renewing it 6 months after she had been there. I thought they did it yearly, but okay. She said that her contract is up. I guess they was giving her a 6-month trial period, I guess. And she decided not to renew it. She said that she felt that she was not able to express herself properly as a black woman on the show. I totally agree. I totally fucking agree. And she said that the show does not feel, let me quote, she said the show does not feel good to my soul to be a place where I cannot speak to my people the way they need to be spoken to. She said, and where the people that speak to me in despairing ways are not being handled. She also continued that she's not in a space where, as a full black woman, she can have her voice and her co-workers also have their voices, and where the people at the top were not respecting the necessity for black voices to be heard at the top too. So that's why she left. I think it was a smart move for her to leave. And like I said, I was very surprised to see her join the show. I did not think she fit, because the cast is a bunch of fake women to me. I was finna call them fake bitches. They a bunch of fake women. I don't have any low level of respect for many of them to call them bitches, but that was just the word that was on the tip of my tongue. But Tamara's always gonna play the devil's advocate by her being biracial. She's gonna stick up for her white side even when her white side wrong. She's gonna stick up for her black side even when her black side wrong. She always sticks up for her Republican husband and try to justify his action, his thought process. Tamara is the devil's advocate on the show. So I don't believe that she can fully be herself, her true self on this show as well. She's scared to be. Lonnie is my shuck and jive. She shucks and jives her ass off. Lonnie gets on my nerves. I never thought Lonnie was a funny comedian, first of all. But Lonnie gets on my dang nerves with her shucking and jive ass. And Adrian, all of a sudden this bitch woke. She one of the people I would call a bitch. All of a sudden this bitch woke. Really? She's kind of trying to take on the attitude and sass that Tamar had. And she was already sassy. I ain't even not gonna take that from her, but now she's trying to get to the level that Tamar has. She's trying to be the mouthpiece where everybody can talk about her, and like she's so woke. And so, no, girl, you not at all. And Jeannie Mai is just trying to fit in where she can get in. She really is. Poor baby. Yeah. No, that was not a good cast for Amanda Seales. I think Amanda, if she was going to be on a talk show like that, I think that she should have been on something like The View. But I understand why she felt she wanted to be on The Real. She thought she could reach a better demographic of people, our people, to watch the show. Because truly, The View is a lot of old white women, as far as the main demographic who watches that show. So I understood what she was saying. She wanted to be able to be a voice to our people and be able to speak on that level. But they did keep her quiet. Like, even when guests came on there and they was talking crazy shit to her, or crazy shit about her, you would see the other cast members rubbing her shoulder, trying to calm her before she even get riled up. They trying to make her not speak or not come back. They are scared of a black woman who is openly vocal. She's vocal. Now I can admit there's a lot of things that Amanda Seales say that a lot of people don't get with. They don't like Amanda for the most part, in my opinion, because she's loud and because she's vocal. She's very assertive in her tone, her dialect, and she would hit your ass with some educational facts and make you feel stupid. And people don't like that. I kind of liken her to Monique. I know y'all hate Monique, but when you really listen to what the fuck they saying, you take away the hate that you have for these women, or dislike, or the discontent that you have for these women. A lot of times, a lot of shit that they saying is true. A lot of motherfucking times. Now, I think that the reason why Amanda was pulled into the show, The Real, because she was a light-skinned sister. And they probably thought that she was a light-skinned sister, so she fit the aesthetic of the show. Lonnie could be the only darker-skinned sister on the show. So she fit the aesthetic of the show, right? But when Amanda Seales opened her mouth, she is blacker than black, baby. Okay? They didn't check her roots. She's straight West Indian. You know what I'm saying? They didn't check her roots. She blacker than black when she opened her mouth. I heard her maybe blonde, and it's a horrible looking blonde. Amanda Seales, I cannot stand that color blonde on you. And I know I was supposed to be a blonde right now too, but I wasn't going to go to that extent. That blonde works my nerves. But the girl black is black. she's conscious. Put it that way. She's very conscious, and I really don't think that The Real understood. They really probably thought that she could tone herself down. They probably think that she needed this platform. She been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? She been doing it. So I know people are happy that she's gone, and I'm only happy that she's gone because that wasn't the place for her. And it wasn't, no matter how hard she tried, they wasn't going to make that a safe space for her to speak. So yeah, Amanda Seales is gone. Off The Real. What else I got for you? Oh, last week I mentioned that Hollywood was attempting to go back to work as far as TV and movie show production. And I think I had mentioned last week that The Walking Dead and Power may be affected by this news. And a lot of you probably thought that I was saying that they were filmed in Hollywood, especially because I asked where was Power filmed. Because honestly, a lot of shows are filmed in Canada. A lot of TV shows that are supposed to be based in New York are actually filmed in Canada. So I didn't know where Power was actually filmed, but y'all told me it's actually filmed in New York. So, but when I mentioned that Walking Dead and Power may be affected, it wasn't necessarily because of Hollywood, because they're not actually under the Hollywood film studios. I was saying that to say, if Hollywood goes back into production, it's going to trickle down. That a lot of other studios are going to follow suit. I mean, we got to admit, Hollywood is still the leader of the pack when it comes to the film industry. So what they did, what it says right here, June 1st, the Hollywood film industry submitted a C-19 reopening plan that they had got backup from the studio unions, different producers from New York, from California, governors. They pass it on to these governors. And if this passes, like I said, this will be a gateway for the studios in Atlanta, Orlando, New Orleans to follow suit. Disney, CBS, Netflix, and a few other top studios, they are all at the heart of the recommendations to get the industry restarted. So they proposed that there's going to be a lot of testing, C-19 testing regularly. They're going to be make sure they have a lot of protective gear out there. They're going to be sanitizing everything left and right, and they're going to be doing social distancing. Now, I am so unclear how you're going to practice social distancing with these actors. Maybe the crew, but the actors, what if they have a love scene? How you going to social distance that? If they just giving a hug to a loved one in a scene, how social distancing gonna work with that? I'm very unclear, because like, you could test them all you want on set, but that doesn't mean that they didn't just come in contact with somebody before they walked in there that day. You don't get the test results back immediately. So yeah, I'm very curious on how they propose to do that. I didn't read the full document, but the whole document is out there on how they are proposing to do this. Then what else I got for y'all? RIPs. The only RIP I got, y'all, was a false one. I forgot what morning, but June 2nd, my mama woke me up talking about Vin Diesel was dead. I was like, no, he not. Then she's like, yes, it is. And she tried to show me all these different links. Look, the internet went wild on June 2nd because reports were popping up all over different blogs and unreliable ass websites talking about that Vin Diesel was dead. The rumor was sparked simply from the fact that he had not posted on social media within a few months. I think March something was the last time he posted on social media. So people was assuming he was dead. Okay, and somehow a story got spun out from that saying that he had died due to a failed stunt in his backyard. But if you had seen the articles that were printed, they couldn't even, the sentence didn't even make grammatic sense. Okay, so you should know that probably a 2-year-old wrote it. But okay, I just don't get it. I don't get the thrill that somebody gets of telling other people somebody has died when they haven't. Now, I know TMZ, they get it wrong a lot, but that's due to lazy journalism. That's what that's due to. But in these situations, these people are out here spreading lies. Like last week, it was Tom Joyner, you know what I'm saying? This week, it's Vin Diesel. I was like, enough is enough with that bullshit. Like, I know my cousin had told my aunt once upon a time that I was dead. But she did that because she was trying to get my aunt to cash in the insurance policies that my aunt had taken out on me. And she wanted her to cash them in. She did get her to cash a lot of them in before my aunt realized that I really wasn't dead. But how the hell does some random ass troll benefit by wishing death upon somebody? Because that's what I call it. Because there's power in words. When you say somebody's dead, don't put that shit on me. Don't put it on me. Oh, so that's like the only death that I am reporting on as far as TV. We already know what's going on out there in the streets with the protests and the death that sparked that. But I think that's all I got for y'all. Let me check my notes one more good time. Recommendations. The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my God. Vin Diesel. And I think I got it all. There is no new news yet on Queen Sugar still. I guess we'll probably get more updated news on them once we figure out what's going on with whether or not these industries can go back to work. We do know that Greenleaf will be starting soon. There's some news out there about, there's rumors out there about what's going to happen in season 5, the season finale. I'm not watching any of them. I don't want to know the rumors. Don't send me no trailers. Don't send me no links. And then what else we got going on out there? I think that's it. Nothing else yet on Black Lightning. This Is Us. I know we're coming back with some news. Something's supposed to happen to one of the characters. I don't want to know. I'm not going to read it. I try to scroll over it real fast. And I have finished watching Black Lightning. I have finished watching This Is Us. I may do a PNTV where I just put all together my thoughts for those shows at the end, since I didn't finish out the season in video. I didn't finish out the season of Ready to Love because I never saw the final episode, even though I watched, you know, the last 2 main ones, but I never saw that season finale. It never popped up on demand. There was one other thing I failed to mention. Okay, because a lot of these seniors did not graduate this year, didn't have an official graduation, they are hosting a virtual graduation online. I believe it's hosted by Barack Obama. They're going to have some musical guests, B2S, Beyonce, just to name a couple. And this is going to be hosted live on YouTube. YouTube is going to be the only place you can see it. Let me get y'all the time. It's going to be June 7th. I know that for a fact. It's going to be June 7th. Where's my emails? Emails. And then I did not pop it up. It's not popping up. Gotta be doggone. Let me see if I can find it real quick before I sign off here for real. Virtual graduation. Graduation. Here we go. YouTube Dear Class of 2020 virtual graduation will host on June 7th. As I stated, let me, let's do there. Hold on now. At 12 p.m. Pacific time. So that's California time, 12 p.m. It's going to go live in 41 hours. Today, June 5th. They say 3 p.m. on my thing. 3 p.m. Eastern time, which means 2 o'clock Central time. It's going to be a virtual Dear Class of 2020. Maluma. Oh, I love Maluma. Puerto Rican singer, reggaeton. Okay, here we go. I got the list, y'all. I got the list. So, it's going to feature President Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Beyonce, B2S, Chloe and Haley, CNCO, Phineas or Phineas, Lady Gaga, Secretary Robert Gates, Lizzo and the New York Philharmonic, Maluma, Katy Perry, Sundar Pichai, don't know who that is, Secretary Condoleezza Rice, Meg Thee Stallion, Malala Yousafzai, I don't know how I'm pronouncing it right, Yousafzai. Okay, I ain't sure. And then there's going to be special appearances by Jackie Aina. I can never pronounce Jackie last name. She just did a speech the other day on Instagram, and I was like, you better say that shit, girl. ASAP Science, Camila Cabello, girl, bye, whatever. Emma Chamberlain, Andy Cohen, Lana Condor, Misty Copeland. She gonna dance? Oh, I would love to see her dance. Dude Perfect, Bill and Melinda Gates. If people mad at y'all right now, Bill. John Green, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jenna Bush Hager, Hassan Minhaj, Minhaj. Okay, Mr. Kate, don't know who that is. Natalie Morales, Nikki Day Jager, Nikki Day Jagger, Jager, Antoni Porowski, Billy Porter. God, Billy, please don't have no hideous ass dress like you be wearing at the Met Ball. I don't know why y'all be souping Billy Porter head up. Them motherfucking dresses be ugly. Okay, Mark Robert. I think it's Robert, not Robert. Phoebe Robinson, Kelly Rowland, Yara Shahidi, Michael Strahan. Taylor Swift, The Try Guys, Kerry Washington, Sierra and Russell Wilson. I find them a beautiful couple. I just watched a video of them the other day, and I really like them as a couple. And the cast of Euphoria and many more. God dog, how many more people can it be? This is supposed to be a virtual graduation. Y'all finna have a concert, basically, for y'all graduation class of 2020. Only on YouTube, 12 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Central time, 3 o'clock Eastern time on June 7th. So that's Sunday. All right. I'm not sure if I'm gonna probably watch some of it because I think it's free. You know what I'm saying? That YouTube gonna be charging for it. Oh, and the YouTube channel that you can see it on is called YouTube Originals. That is the YouTube channel that you can watch it on. YouTube Originals. All right, y'all. Now I'm finally done. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Peace.